Hey everyone.
Hey, welcome to our winter garden tour.
That's right, we're using winter loosely. It is March 7th of 2024, which is just still winter.
Technically, yeah.
We wanted to do this tour because we wanted to show you camellias while they're blooming.
Yep, and so this is mainly winter garden tour, really Camellia garden tour.
But first, I want to show you a lot of changes we've had.
Yeah.
So let's see, here's Anna.
Oh, hey,
Uh,
you're sticking around.
so behind us, we've done a lot of changes to our planter bed. It might be hard to see here, trade out, trade out.
Okay, okay.
Um,
What are we looking at here?
all right, so it might be hard to see here. So
The holes in the ground?
the big holes in the ground. So I moved all of these. And oh, later I'll make a video about moving one of these so you can see how to transplant one of these trees. We moved white pines, which don't like to be moved. These were Japanese white pines. We moved metasequoia, which was Sherman's Northlight, Dawn Redwood, Sherman's Northlight.
Well, and it was just getting too big. It's the same thing as this guy right here. This
Same thing as
pile
this
of
guy.
sticks.
It was just getting really big for where it was. It was love and life right there. Its roots went out, I mean, literally 4 feet out, like out to here
Wow.
from that hole. They were way out
Well, and it
here.
was getting too close to that Mikau Yatsubusa Japanese maple and a little too close to the retaining wall planter bed wall.
So we moved that. This we moved though because we had lost, and we also on they're on the ground
Oh,
behind
well, I
Anna.
can show them if you want me to
Sure,
go.
sure.
Okay.
There's three. Yeah.
These. Oh, so sad. That was like Squiggles or Wiggles or somebody, and then like a sea urchin looking dude. Yeah, they did not like it there. So
Yeah, so they
back to
didn't like
this.
it there. And so what I thought was they probably got waterlogged. And when I pulled them up, or Anna pulled up one of them, just going bloop, the roots were just really shallow. They had lost more than half the roots,
Well,
maybe
the roots were. It had been sitting there for like 6 months, dead. So I'm sure they could have rotted away too.
still. But that
Yeah.
said, so I moved the others. Back here was a Gimborn's Ideal white pine, which is
Mhm.
up there. We'll show you in a little bit. We started a new planter beds,
We
spoiler
ought to put
alert.
these somewhere.
The Gimborn's Ideal, when I pulled it up, had at least, like at the minimum, half the roots, like maybe even less than that when I pulled it out. So we'll see if that lives, but it was getting waterlogged. Whereas these guys, these are Metasequoia or Dawn Redwoods, they love water. They
Doing
can't get
great.
enough of it, and they will usually thrive like this when you give them more water. For example, we have a big one right there. It's hard to see from here, from sure, but there's a
Oh,
Gold
yeah,
Rush Dawn
the
Redwood we
Gold
have up
Rush
there. That one
sticks.
got water from our air conditioning, so it's getting watered every day during the summer,
Little drips.
and well, a lot. Uh, and it just shot up in height. Whereas the one in the backyard that we have in similar conditions, it didn't have that daily watering, and it is about half the height of this one. So Metasequoia, they love the water. I left the ginkgos here because they seem to be happy last year, so I'm going to leave them right now. They just look like sticks. This is a tree of Lebanon, weeping variety. It's a Cedar Lebanese Sargentile. I think it's Sargentii is the Sargentii. Here, I'll show you. We did not pay $345 for this. I
Oh, we
think
did not.
we actually got it for free.
Well, it
It's
might
the
be
best price.
dying.
So
I
no,
don't know.
you think it's
Is it?
dying, but look, it's got new growth right here.
Oh, so maybe it's just saying I don't like these.
Uh,
Oh, down here.
it may not live. We knew that when we got it. That's why we got it for free, because the guy was like, this may do well, it may not. We're gonna plant it up here and just hope that it does well. I'm gonna plant it a little bit high and mount it up. So the rest of these we kind of took out. So you could see the dead trees were there. We kind of moved that. Oh, and we also moved right here, which you'll see in a little bit,
Like
was
we're just showing people holes in the
we're
ground.
just showing people holes. That was a Japanese maple. That was the weeping. Which one was that, Anna?
Whatnong?
Whatnong. That was a Whatnong. That's right.
Yeah.
So that Whatnong was getting way too big for the planter bed. We didn't think it would grow that fast, and it just shot out. So
Time to move it. Yeah.
yeah, it's time to move it. It has very delicate leaves. I just didn't think it would be that vigorous, and it totally was. So other things, we still have the Macawa here. I'm just leaving it for another season. This is not its permanent home, but it did grow about 6 or 7 inches here last year, which was really good for Macawa for us.
But it got a little crispy in the summer.
It got crispy in the summer. I'm gonna leave it here. Hopefully it grows another season, and then we'll move it. Orangiola, which is, I know you can't even see it.
There it is, like that one right there.
It's a twig here. I doubt you can see it, but this guy gets a lot bigger when it has leaves on it. We're going to end up moving this and putting a bald cypress that we're excited about here. We'll show it to you later.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and I don't know if these were new from before back here. So we had one Sango Kaku Japanese
Here,
maple
let's
back here.
trade.
Okay.
So you can show them.
Okay.
Okay. There goes Anna.
Those. So Sengokaku, Sengokaku, Sengokaku. And which one was planted there? We
The one on the left was first, our left.
this one?
Yeah, that one was first.
Yeah. So that are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the middle one and the right one are air layers.
So we moved some from the backyard. Forgot why.
They weren't doing well.
They didn't like it. So anyway, so we have like 3 Sengokaku. Oh yeah, that's right. We had our Sengokaku grove in the backyard, and they just
Don't spoil what we did though. Let's keep it a surprise.
okay. They weren't doing well, but we replaced them with something.
I know, we're gonna show you. Okay, okay.
Okay, so there's 3 here. That'll be awesome. They've got the nice magnolia as a dark backdrop to them. They have the red branching in the winter, so that counts as winter garden tour, right?
Yeah,
The
if they're not
Sengokakus.
colorblind, you can see that
Yeah.
there's
There's
red
another one.
sticks up
There's
there.
another one kind of up there around the corner that when the sun hits it, it's glorious and it's shining bright red. Right now it's a little bit overcast, so we'll see.
All right, here, let's here, show us this. We're tired of looking at sticks. So this is the rest of this planter bed isn't doing much yet.
Yeah,
So
we're
let's
thinking maybe flowers or something instead of these conifers and stuff, which is sad. We wanted conifers down here, but they don't seem to like it. So.
well, and this is zoysia grass here, Xeon, and it just hasn't greened up yet. It doesn't really green up for us until about mid-May or June.
We need to put down pre-emergent. All right. Oh, sun came out. Camellias. So previous tours, we had camellias we told you about, like, and you couldn't see the flowers, so it was sad, but now they're blooming. Not everybody, but a good number of them are blooming. Last year, we had a crazy freeze around Christmas time. I think it got down to like 4 degrees or something bonkers.
Nine for us.
That's still bonkers. So it zapped everything. So we didn't have any camellia flowers last year, but this year we do, so it's nice. A lot of these have been in the ground for around 4 years. And some are ones that we've purchased, and some are air layers that we took off of my mom's camellias in her yard. So.
All right, and there's Cat behind you.
Hey.
Here's Cat. All right, we'll keep on going. So here,
Okay.
let's show them camellias. So this is the first one. Is a Frank Hauser variegated.
Frank Hauser variegated. He's not blooming right now.
There's no.
He's a reticulata.
The reticulatas don't do well with freeze.
In just colder
Yeah, they don't do
temperatures
well
in
with colder
general.
temperatures.
We're pushing it here. This Frank not blooming, but we have a Frank Hauser possibly variegated. It probably has been exposed to the virus farther up the hill, and that one's blooming like crazy, so it'll be fun to see that one.
All right, what's this one?
This is Pink Perfection. It's a little past its prime, so it's got a little bit of brown.
Yeah, the brown
going
spots
on.
aren't really supposed to be there.
So this is a Pink Perfection we planted this year. We got them on a screaming deal.
We did.
Should I say how
They were like $3 a piece, right?
Yeah, they were. It was $1 a gallon. They were $3 for a 3-gallon, and that's
And that was this size.
basically free. Yeah, this we just planted it like a couple months ago, like this fall.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just trying to get rid of their inventory. So we were like, we shall take all of those, and we did. And
they had mostly Pink Perfections.
Yeah, a lot of
So
Pink
that's what we ended up
Perfections
with.
and some mystery ones.
Yeah.
Don't know who this is, but you're not blooming anyway. So I mean, I have got a tag on there, but
Okay.
okay. This is, I think, Kickoff Camellia.
Which has variegated, but it doesn't have any flowers.
So
That's this one.
This is an air layer off of my mom's C.M. Wilson Camellia. However, this is either a sport or a reversion because it should be a roughly center with a pink. I can show you one that's blooming, but this is C.M. Wilson, either sport or a reversion. Don't know which. So it shouldn't be.
We originally thought it was debutante.
Yeah, but that was wrong. Mom just texted me.
She's
like, I was wrong.
This
This is not debutante. So this is C.M. Wilson reversion or sport.
Here, I'll back up so they can see the whole thing again.
So yeah, so this is an air layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an air layer, pretty successful. I'm not sure if this one was an air layer from before, because we had some that we missed that we left on her bushes for like over a year. And we had some that we had put in a pot and let sit.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
I can see it from here.
Oh, this one over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to come on this side, so I'm more on the sun side.
Okay. I knew the name of, yes. This is also newly painted, Nukio's Cameo.
I think this is one of the $3 ones as well.
Yes, it is. So this is Nukio's Cameo. It's kind of organized and like Pink Perfection. There are technical terms for the different petal shapes and things for camellias, but I'm not expert right that off the top of my head. But there's this kind of this lighter, paler pink going to more saturated pink towards the edges.
Get really close here.
Nukio's Cameo. And there's a lot of Nukios. There's like Nukio's Pearl and some other ones like that. So I guess they had a bunch of ones from a nursery.
It's a cameo, so it's making an appearance.
Nukio's Cameo. Yeah, it's so pretty. And for camellias, there are different leaf colors. Some are described as like a dark green and a lighter green. This is kind of a lighter green. Right now, this is a lighter green, but I think might just need fertilizer.
What is this one?
This is Betty Sheffield question mark air layer. So this is an air layer from my mom's yard too. She always knew this as a Betty Sheffield. We don't know which one, or even if it is a variety that exists. This might be
Yeah, let me
a
see a
seedling.
flower.
So we're not sure. This is a Betty Sheffield something. Could be Betty
Oh,
Sheffield.
there we go.
Let me find this one over here. Look. This could be Betty Sheffield pink variegated. That's the closest thing I can find. When I was at Massey Lane, they had one blooming and it kind of looked like this. This is not a good representation right now of what this should
All
look
right, let's
like.
keep on looking. There's other flowers.
Yeah. This is the one that was behind our shed that we had to dig up and move because we built a shed.
Yeah, it was like directly behind it.
This not blooming, dusty variegated. It's really pretty. Some of these I might put in a photo or video when they were blooming because some were blooming earlier in the year and now they're done. So they just bloom at different times. Who are you? You are Rena Swick variegated, not blooming right now. This is Purple Dawn or Menthonia.
Purple Dawn.
Purple Dawn. So Purple Dawn, if you have the right acidity balance in your yard, it will be more of a purple color. This one kind of isn't right now.
It's kind of red.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of buds.
It's trying to do the purple at the edges, kind of, but right now it needs, so Purple Dawn is known as being vigorous and produces a lot of flowers. And so that's why we purchased this. I prefer variegated and stripy camellias. This is a solid.
And this one's been in the ground for a couple seasons now.
Yes, I can tell you, well, this one, some of them didn't have tags because I knew what they were.
The cat's
I
slowly
think this
catching
might
up
be
down there.
Adolphi Addison Special.
So this one got chopped off. So this one, the
Yep.
neighbors had a tree taken out and it got chopped.
Yep.
It had a big old branch hit the top of it.
And so
Luckily,
we
it didn't
had
take
to-
out the whole thing.
Oh, look, it's got some new leaves coming.
But yeah, it's got new growth happening where it was chopped, so that's good.
Doesn't really have many
It was a
buds.
giant branch.
So
that fell.
here's where a flower was. We can cut to showing you when it was blooming earlier. But also I want to show you this. So this is a variegation. This flower is a variegated flower, and it also expresses in the leaves. So sometimes you get this, and for some people that's an undesirable, and they only want to see the variegation in the flower. But I think it's pretty cool in the leaves too, so that's all right.
Yeah.
This was seafoam. It has buds. They look like they were kind of zapped because they're all kind of brownish, and I had a couple of blooms earlier. Seafoam is just a white that kind of looks like pink perfection.
Okay. Oh, and here between us right now, we've been passing a whole bunch of ginkgos, are the trees that you guys have been seeing. And right now the tree that's directly in front of Anna is that's a Twombly's Red Sentinel.
Yep.
And look at this, guys, already. Here, I'll try to put my hand here. Already, it's starting to leaf out. So this is March 8th. I think we're gonna have full blooms. Oh, March 7th?
Yep.
We're gonna have full blooms pretty soon. And look at this. This is the exciting thing if I can put my hand here to show it. That is a praying mantis egg sac, or whatever you call it, but it's full of eggs. And I'm excited about that because that means they will take care of everything that we don't want.
Yeah, we don't have to battle the aphids.
Other than they might eat ladybugs too, but they eat pretty much anything. But it's gonna be good to have those.
Oh, and so this is Georgia National Fair, and not blooming right now, but we'll probably have a photo or something we can stick in there.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. So we have flower buds other places, but this is a growth thing. Some people might think these are buds for flowers. They're not. That's going to be the growth for the plant.
Let me try to zoom in. Oh, okay, I see.
Can you see it? Do I need to?
So yeah, if they're shaped that way, that's going to be where a new branch comes out.
Yep.
Or where you're going to see growth.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have these all over.
Yeah, so that's great because some of them, like one back there, didn't really have any growth.
And just a reminder, we're using all these as a hedge between us and the neighbors you see behind us there.
Oh,
what is it? Hedges make good neighbors?
Fences,
Well,
but
yeah,
we didn't want
fences are
to. We
expensive.
didn't want to build a fence.
I mean,
When you
$3 plants really beat a fence.
Yeah, look. All right, this might be pretty. Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna try to come over to you.
That's a pretty purple dawn. Look at that.
All right, so this is another purple
Oh,
dawn.
and I forgot. This is a thing purple dawn does sometimes. See, like this little serrated edge to the
Ooh.
flower. Oh, you got your shadow on there.
Okay.
See the little serrated edge
No,
that
I can't
happens.
see. I'm gonna try to.
It's right there.
I'm gonna try.
Focus.
There you go.
Right there. Serrated edge. That happens occasionally, but not always, but occasionally on purple dawn. So look how pretty that is. And it's kind of trying for the purple around the edge, but it's not super prominent.
It's still pretty, and it's a big flower.
Yeah, it's a nice big flower. So, you know, lots of blooms is really nice.
Well, usually for us, the blooms are always on the wrong side. Like it makes more in the back than like the back side than the side we see.
I think Frank's
That's a
been,
Frank.
yeah, this isn't doing anything.
Okay.
Uh, this is Frank Hauser variegated. No flower buds, just little growth nodes.
Yeah, so it's ready to grow. It got again, Frank gets hit really hard with
Yeah, this
the
one has a
freeze.
chop. Maybe this is the one that got hit by the
That one got
branch
hit
too,
really hard.
but also physically by the branch that fell. It's been chopped.
Oh, maybe it did. I don't think I saw that
Yeah.
because that looks like it's cut,
Ooh,
like
this one's
chopped.
dropping some flower. Oh, well, okay. This Adolphi Addison variegated, I think. Where's your
Probably.
tag?
Here, let me see that flower.
Well, it's look on the ground, look all its petals. It's
It's
falling
set
apart. I
apart.
have a video earlier from it. This it's about to fall off if I touch it. It's got these cool, so that's not normal. It's lost its petals, but it's got this cool like pink with a white speckly kind of stripe in there. And
And
it's
it does have more
very
buds.
and it's very it's kind of like I'm not an official expert on camellia size, but like say if purple dawn is a large, this has got to be like a medium or maybe possibly a small, not a mini,
Okay. It's not
not
a mini, yeah.
not a mini. So it's either a medium or small, and it's definitely Frank Hauser is like an extra large.
Yeah. And then some of these here, you can see that there are more buds, like right here. You can see that there are more.
Well, the squirrel's been stealing my tags. Like I had a tag on you
Oh,
earlier.
crows will do that.
Like that's shiny. Give
Yeah,
it to
they
me.
like shiny things.
I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong, I'll just put a description in there. Okay. Uh, this is probably another purple dawn. This is probably a seafoam, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, that's a sea foam.
This is seafoam. That's probably maybe I don't know who that is.
Neither have
Doesn't
flowers on
matter.
them.
It's not
Let's look at
blooming.
one of the flowers.
Here we go. So this is what we thought was debutante for a long time. It's really not. It's a C.M. Wilson. So that's what earlier. So earlier when I was talking about that sport or reversion, this is what it should look like. So
And
it's
the
got
little
this.
brown, like light brown spots you're seeing, that's just because it's getting old or it's frost damage.
Yeah, it's probably just getting. Here's one over here, maybe.
Okay.
So it's got this really ruffly center that you can't see the anthers in there, and then it opens up to this flat splayed.
What are anthers?
Anthers are these guys, the
The little yellow guys?
yellow dudes in
What
there.
the bees are going for.
Yeah. So those are all covered, and then it has this light, pale, like a white kind of edge to the flower petals.
Okay.
Very pretty. And this is again a air layer from my mom's yard that we planted this year. Look how big this air layer is. It's taller than me. So successful air layers. And
Was that last year that we did that? I guess so.
yeah, we just planted this.
Yeah.
We just planted this.
Well, and it's not full of leaves because it lost about half its leaves during the air layer process. But it kept about half
Well,
the
and we
leaves.
just planted this. However, it had been sitting in a pot for a season.
Right, and you see the bar at the bottom, just to make sure we say, when you're seeing our bars at the bottom like this that are at an angle, so you do it at an angle like this so that if there's wind and stuff, it still has a way to bend and grow and get stronger, but it's not going to actually fall over. And so that's what that's there for, rather than doing it straight up and down. And when you do it straight up and down, you're also going into the root ball in the ground, which isn't great to destroy those roots. So this way it doesn't do either.
Yeah.
And this is just another camellia here. I think that's another
That's
seafoam.
that's Kumagai Nagoya, which is used for rootstock, mainly for rootstock for grafting other camellias. But the nurseryman who sold it to us said these are very vigorous. That's why they're used as rootstock. So he's like, if you need something that grows quickly, it's going to be this one. I'm not a big fan of the flowers itself, and actually we haven't seen ours bloom yet.
Right, but it has tripled in size. Here, let's trade. Let's
Okay,
trade.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even remember what these are called. Well, I'll get to them. Okay. So, this is exciting. things that we'll be showing you what we've done and what we'll be doing. So I'll wait. So in the corner, this was the Ukagume, oops, this was the Ukagumo Japanese maple, which is floating cloud. And so we had that in the corner. I don't know if y'all remember last year, it had some, what is it, reversion? And it also didn't stay very white leafed. And so we weren't thrilled about it being in the corner. We really wanted something white there.
Mhm.
And so we've been playing with where we want to put them. I have taken them out of the ground,
Yeah.
and right now they're just in a 15-gallon grow bag, if you're curious about that. Grow bags work great for Japanese maples, FYI, but you have to water them more frequently.
Yeah, they
Or get
dry out quicker
or
in
get rain
pots.
like what we've been having.
Yeah, sure.
So this is the Ukigumo. It's
It needs a
not
lot of shade, so we had limited areas in our yard to transfer it to.
for our area. So we're zone 8A, just as a reminder. And our temperatures are usually mid 90s in the summer, or low to mid 90s. Sometimes we can get in the upper 90s. It's rare for us to get above 100 degrees. But that's just important to know. So in that situation, Ukigumo needs to be in almost all shade all day.
Well, and
In the situation where if you're up north, maybe in zone 6 or even zone 5, Ukigumo could likely be in more sun.
well, and here it's hanging out with the butterflies,
Right,
which
so
you
this is
can
with the
barely see.
butterfly. Oh, here, come see these.
Oh, okay.
This is exciting. Here, I'll try to put my hand here so you can actually see them.
Okay. There we are.
So this is butterfly Japanese maple,
It's leafing out.
and it's already leafing out significantly.
I know everybody, when it's this early, everyone gets really worried.
We're really excited. Well, yeah, we get worried because it's gonna have another freeze. Like if another freeze comes through right now, all these leaves are gonna die,
Yeah.
and I'll have to push out another set. So it's doing really well. I'm excited about it. This one over here is losing this branch, which I think I cut it off. I did. So it had this other branch here that was turning black. So I went ahead and just cut it off in case it was the Sunanamanamanas. I don't know how to say it, y'all.
I don't know what it's
It's
called.
the thing that Japanese maples don't like. Um, anyway, so they're all leafing out, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's a group of 3, and so if these are okay over here, we figured the Ukigumo would be all right over here too.
Oh, and we also have here, let's show them the, oh, I've forgotten, y'all. Is this a Japanese Aurelia? Aurelia, or is it something else?
It's not Akuba.
We got
Aurelia.
these back at the same place where they were $3 or $1 a gallon. So these were $3 each instead of their normal 25 to 35. So we got a bunch of them, and we also got some azaleas that we can put around the shed.
Yeah, to hide the foundation of the shed.
And then Anna's excited about this one. This one was not $3 over
These
here.
are just sitting here. They will go deep in the woods, kind of like that one over there.
This one we actually paid money for.
Decent amount of
I
money.
think it was $23 or something, but it's the orange azalea. So this
Yeah,
is a
it's
native.
a native azalea, which we've been looking for like years. So it's great.
Uh,
Not sponsored by Southern Living Plant Collection.
We are not sponsored, y'all. Well, if Southern
We're excited
Living
about
is watching,
We're really excited about the
no,
orange
we are excited about
azalea.
it. It should be really nice. We don't know where we're planting it. It's one of those, oh, look at that, we got it, and we don't
And
actually
it, I
have a
think, can
place.
grow up to like 8 feet by 8 feet. So that's
Yeah.
going to be, it's not like a little small guy
All
like
right,
the other
so
one.
here, I'm gonna go over here. Oh, all this black stuff you see down, this was due to our stilt grass and our weeds here,
Oh, yeah.
especially the stilt grass. We were having a real hard time taking care of this last year of getting them to go away. So we just covered them in plastic, and that will kill them.
I'm really tempted to take it up, but like as soon as I do that, it's going to be like Weed City again.
Well,
so.
we're about to hit spring, and
I know.
so we
I
should
should
wait
wait.
until just after spring when we bring them up. The idea here is that even if the new seeds in the ground push up, the black tarp will keep them from getting any real sun. And again, this is shaded anyway, so that black tarp is really doing more than in the middle. If you're doing it and where there's sun, use clear plastic, it'll be a better result. 6 millimeter.
Yeah, and this black tarp was cheaper than the clear.
Okay, so let's see here. All right, so this
That's
is,
Betty.
is this Betty?
Yeah.
All right, so this is Betty. So this is another air layer. So both of these are air layers from your mother's yard.
Yep.
And then look here, I can try to bend this a little bit.
Again, not the best flower example. We've got some.
So this is like Betty Sheffield Pink Variegated is the closest one.
That's the closest, but I don't know. It's
But it
not
also could be
confirmed.
a seedling. So it was your grandfather?
Yes, my
So-
grandfather had a seedling Japanese maple.
So he's made others.
I mean, not Japanese maples. Yes, my grandfather had a seedling camellia.
Yeah, seedling camellia. So he had others that he was doing from like on purpose to make cultivar, maybe. I think it was on purpose.
I don't. He definitely knows it was a seedling. I don't know if it was just like a happy accident seedling, and he took care
So
of it.
either way, he had seedlings, and so this could be a seedling as well. If y'all have an idea, let me know what you think, which one this is. This is another one. This is a not No, this is the Tomorrow's Dawn.
which mom just texted and said she thinks Tomorrow's Dawn is also maybe not a correct name for that because she can't find it in any database
So if
either.
anybody knows about Tomorrow's Dawn camellias, let us know. We'd love to see what you have. Link us to it, whatever you can. We'd love to know if what we have here is a Tomorrow's Dawn. We know it's an air layer.
Yeah, I think I can see what she texted me here. I'm gonna give you this.
Okay. All right,
Let's
so
see.
here I'm going to show other things while Anna's looking at that. So here, I know this is hard to see, but this is our Tamukiyama air graph that we did years ago, and it's finally getting a decent
Okay,
size.
okay.
Oh, and this is the pink pussy willow here. Um, Here, let me try to get it in focus.
We need to
So this was
plant
given
some.
to us by another gardener, and we're excited about having it. We need to actually plant it in its
Okay.
forever home.
Oh, and that's not a weed. That's like got little yellow flowers, but I don't know the name of it.
Oh, that
That's
thing
not a
right
weed.
there?
Yeah,
That's not a weed.
that's
Okay.
not a weed. Oh, okay. So we think it might be Betty Sheffield blush
Is Tomorrow's Dawn?
is Tomorrow's Dawn, but still unconfirmed.
Okay.
Uh,
Here we have,
Japanese
Japanese maples. Let's skip most of those,
Yeah.
but
Here we go. So look at this hellebore. So I've been neglecting it. It needs to be taken out of the grow bag, but I need to decide where I need to plant it. We have a whole bunch of hostas and ferns that are dormant, and there's some seedling Japanese maples in here too that I need to plant, but I don't know what they are until they start like sprouting out of the ground. So I'm gonna wait. We have one that's popping up, a lancifolia hosta. So I'm gonna wait till they come up so I can see what they are, so I know, so I can
well, let's go over there
plant
and
them.
see. Here, let's go look at
Yeah,
the. Okay.
this is pretty.
Oh, okay.
This is Anna's something. My cousin Barb gave it to me because it had my name in it. It's this pretty purple. I'm surprised I haven't
It's huge now.
killed it since it's in this grow bag. I really need to plant it. Oh, here's some hostas popping up. So these
Hostas.
are rootstock camellias. These are one that we tried to do some air layers. I mean, not air layers.
Grafts.
These are rootstock camellias that we tried to do some grafting on,
And you can see the
and
failed graft,
we failed
but
big time.
successful rootstock.
So it'll be fun to see what is the rootstock because we don't know. That'll be fun. It'll be a surprise.
And then here are some hostas that are coming out of the ground with the weed. And more hostas. And then here's your hosta that's actually already out of the ground, which is
Rancifolia. So that's really light green for now. It turns a super dark green the rest of the year. That's just its spring color.
okay.
Professor Sargent, Professor Charles Sargent.
So here, yeah, Professor Sargent, that's a camellia that you're pointing
Planted
to.
this year. Yep. And there are some flowers over here, but they're really not a great representation of what this can be. But he does have this roughly center that hides the anthers and the flat petals around the edges.
And he's normally much bigger.
Yeah, this is a sorry example, but been in the ground
like a month?
not like, yeah, a couple
Oh,
of
here, let me back up without crushing
Don't
anything.
crush anything.
Oh, almost falling. So this one was in a bigger pot. This camellia was $7.
7 gallon, $7. Again, we
Couldn't beat it.
wiped them out.
We loaded up the truck. All right, let's keep on going.
Okay. All right, let's see here.
So you guys can see all the camellias that we've planted back here.
We basically just lined our whole property with camellias.
We did.
So these guys aren't blooming, so I'm not going to mention them. I have so many camellias, it's ridiculous.
Right, well, when you have that many camellias, you got to go for it.
Here's Pink Perfection, but like here's a better example of a Pink Perfection. This is just, they fall off as whole flowers sometimes. It's very pretty.
And if this plant was covered in them, you can still see one on there.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, you could see it from the street.
Yeah, it's great. This is my grandfather's favorite.
It was not from your grandfather, though. That was another $3.
Yeah, this is another like $3 guy. Here is Benny Hagoromo.
Hanzo.
Hanzu.
Hanizu.
Well, we have Benny Hagoromo written here.
I know, but it's Hanizu. Oh, hi, Kat.
Joining us. Well,
she's joining us a little bit.
It does say Benny Hagoromo. But it's the wrong tag.
She doesn't know that there is a. Maybe she'll figure it out. There's a chipmunk that's been living under there. This is the shed. Oh, here, I haven't shown you guys. We didn't even look. Here's the shed. Let me back way up so you guys can see. there's the shed that we built last year. If you haven't seen it, there are a whole lot of videos we have about the entire build as well as shorter versions of it.
Yep.
All right, coming back
All
to
right.
being the Hagoromo, and look at the
So yeah,
Hagoromo's
so
leaves. It
the
is really pushing
Hagoromo.
out. Let's try for those leaves there. There we go. So it's going to have an orange leaf, which is why it's a Hanizu, I think.
So this is the Camellia seedling I was talking about earlier from my grandfather's yard. It's called LCK, named for my grandmother. And it has this pretty, we haven't registered it yet, which we're trying to register it to the Camellia registry. It's definitely old enough and hits all those requirements. So
And this is
here's
just the
the
air layer. This
early
is not.
spreader. Yeah, this isn't the original plant, but it's, I don't know if you can even get in
All
here
right, here,
to
I'll try. I'll
see
try.
this.
Here we go.
So it's just kind of like a nice medium pink and has this kind of like white little fleck every once in a while.
Oh, there's the stems. Those are the things.
The anthers, yeah.
Anthers are those yellow things.
Yep. And so it even differentiates between like white stems for the anther, like even differentiates for the like the white stems and the yellow little pollen guys. Sometimes they're all yellow. So that's part of the description too.
Does it have any other flowers, or is that the best one?
Let's
Here's
try
one that's
over
opening.
here.
Oh, here's some.
Yeah, there's some over here. These aren't the most beautiful examples either for some reason.
But they exist.
Yeah, it's blooming.
All right, here, we'll just go on the back.
Okay. Please
And so
ignore
will
the
a cat.
mess. That's what you do. You chuck stuff behind the shed.
Oh, yeah. This was the purpose of this place, was to be able to hide these things back here.
This is what we thought was Tomorrow's Dawn. This is Mom's favorite, but it's really, we think, Betty Sheffield blush. And it has this white edge around here, this distinct white edge. And it's very kind of like, all the petals are kind of softly ruffled. And look at it going to town. Like,
Yeah,
it's
really
got
flowers all over it.
Yeah, it's really blooming. So it's really, but again, this has been,
Here, I'll come around to the other side.
we planted this in the ground. This is one of our older air layers that we've planted here. And let me see if I can find the tag.
So guys, I don't even know if you can see all the flowers here that are weighing down the branches.
Yeah, it's like drooping because of all
But
the
like,
weight.
here, Anna, can you come hold up some of these
Sure.
branches just so they can kind of see? Here, like this over here, this one. Like, because there's just so many.
Yeah, and they've been on here for a little while, so they're starting to turn brown now.
But again, you could see this from far away across the yard.
Okay, so we planted this one in 2018.
Okay. It's 2024 now?
Yeah.
It must have come from the other property. It did.
I don't know. 2018?
We've only been in this house since 2019.
Oh yeah. Or we had it air layered at
So
Mom's.
we must have moved it.
Or we had it air layered at Mom's and it sat in the pot
Sorry,
for a
guys.
year.
Almost fell there. Okay. Here, let's trade again.
Okay, there's the Better Betty over there.
Okay, we'll go to the Better Betty in a second.
Right there.
First, haha. I don't remember the name of this one, Anna. Oh, I know. It's the Orange Dream. All right, so this is Orange Dream Japanese Maple. I don't know if you can see that it's leafing out, but it's leafing out. So last year we have shots from above, from when we were working on the shed, that are just fantastic of it. And so it's leafing out, it's living. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it seems to get crispy and lose its leaves.
By midsummer, it's not doing well for us. It could just be the one we have. We got this at a really big clearance bin. It was really inexpensive. And so
yeah.
We'll just see how it does, but I'm happy to see it's doing pretty well again.
Let's see, 2021 it says is when we planted this.
Yeah, so it's taken a while to acclimate. All right, here, let's look at the Better Betty.
Well, it's not necessarily, this is definitely a this year air layer that we planted, and it's just had some really spectacular flowers this year.
Here, I can hold it.
There we go, look how pretty. Hold on, if I can get to focus. And in the sunshine, there we go. So this is my favorite. So Betty Sheffield air layer question mark, don't
Pink
know.
variegated maybe? Light pink variegated?
Don't know.
And there's another good flower right here.
But yeah, it's bonkers how it's blooming.
Here's all the flowers.
It's blooming so much on this little bush that we just air layered. You think it would be putting all its energy into surviving.
Here, try to get this one. I can put it in full sun.
Okay, there we go.
And it's got another one right behind it.
Yeah. Ah, look how it's so when I think of camellias, this is what I think of. This is what I grew up with. I love this plant.
Oh ho, it's got little ants all over it too. That's also comes with camellias. Little ants,
Little ants sometimes.
always sugar ants. Here, we can go see this guy over here. Watch out of the things not to step on them. This is
We'll
not
get to that
candy
in a little
cane.
bit.
This is Laura's Beauty.
Laura's Beauty.
So this is Laura's Beauty. You can see it's kind of covered in them. It's been really small. It hasn't really been a
We
vigorous
purchased
grower.
this as a teeny tiny, like almost new graft. Like
Right.
it was small.
It says in 2020.
So it's 2020, but it's 2024. This is the first time it's bloomed for us. Look at all the stripes. Ah, it's so pretty. Look at that. So really distinct white and magenta stripe there. Pretty strong stripe, which is fun.
Right, and it's all over the plant. I'm really excited about it that it actually is doing something. Here, trade back,
Okay.
because you got to tell them about the next one.
So here's Frank. So this is Frank Hauser. He's supposed to have the virus to make him variegated. That's when the grower had it, like introduced the virus to the plant, but he's so far just a solid. So we're calling the other one's Frank Hauser variegated because we've seen those with variegation. This one is just Frank Hauser variegated. So maybe it'll display it someday, but sometimes it only goes up like one shoot of the plant and
Well,
we'll
here,
see.
let's go look at it. So
Look,
it's a reticulata.
reticulata, look how big. So this is an extra large bloom.
And reticulatas tend to have bigger blooms. They're Chinese instead of Japanese. Japonica is the other version. And I think this one's actually a hybrid. I'm pretty sure Frank
Yep,
is a hybrid,
yep, it is.
which means it's been crossed, I guess, between the two. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that means, but
I know it's a hybrid.
should do some research.
But yeah, but look how big that is.
Yeah.
And then it's all over.
Yeah, like
So, I
I'm
mean,
so excited about everything starting to bloom.
here, can you hold up like that branch there?
This one?
Yeah, let's see if we can see.
Wow, look. All the ants too.
Oh, it has all the ants. Oh, don't hold it. You're
Okay.
allergic to
No,
ants.
I'm allergic to ants. Here's another one. This one's slightly lighter. Maybe it's been in the shade. Anyway, they're all he's getting kind of like floppy because the flowers are so big and heavy.
Let's see. Okay, let's swap again.
Okay.
I'm swapping because I want to tell them about what we did in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yay.
here are more camellias. I don't think they had blooms this year. Maybe they did. If they did, we'll put it in here.
Okay.
Our cat's slowly following us, by the way.
Hi. Yeah, is that your tree? Your tree.
Okay, so here's what we did here. So this is exactly where the ukigumo, or the floating cloud Japanese maples, were.
And so for everyone's reference, we are in the back corner of our property.
Yeah,
This
back corner.
tulip
And
poplar
we have a
right
big
here.
pile of junk right here. This is from the shed. We need to burn it or take it to the dump, like the dump or the yard, garbage yard, whatever. Haven't done that yet. Okay, so this, I'm gonna actually say it right. This is a dogwood Kusa Samaritan. So we got 2 Kusa Samaritans for free or next to free, $5 or less. I may have just planted sticks. We,
They could be on.
we
They
have
could be
never
dead.
seen these leafed out. They were like this when we got them. I tried my best not to break any branches, but I can still see some here. I don't know if these are alive or not, but I planted them, and we're going to see if they come out because you can't beat free. So if they do, this will have a white variegated leaf. It should be visible from quite a distance. The variegation is in the leaf. It doesn't fade like ukigumo, so it should be really good. It likes shade. It's shade to partial shade is what it wants, is what I've read.
Hey, wasn't there a thing about like if it's in more shade or more sun, the leaf gets all ruffly or
Yes.
smooth?
So the more sun it's in, the more wrinkly its leaf gets, ruffled. And then in this kind of shade here, it should have flat leaves, which is what I prefer
And there
anyway.
will be more shade. We just don't have any leaves on the trees right now. So.
And this will get about 25 feet tall, maybe 20, 25 feet. And so there's one, and here's the other one.
Yeah.
So this is also where the other ukigumo was. Look, she's trying.
Oh, good job.
She did it.
Good job. She's not a jumper.
All right, here, let's go back up to camellias.
Okay. So behind you in the corner over there, that is not a Professor Sargent, but some other red.
Ooh, you should come see this.
Okay.
Does it have a tag?
Yeah, it does. It's a red tag down there.
Oh, okay. It is a Kramer Supreme.
So Kramer, oh, you're pretty. So a red, just a primary red, but kind of pinkish looking, but it's known as a red, and he's just kind of roughly all over the place. So you're fun.
Okay, here, we'll trade because you can
Okay.
see all the colors better than me.
Okay.
Colorblind again, y'all.
Okay. This one doesn't have a label on it. I just can't remember what it is at the moment. I have it in my spreadsheet. Yes, I have a spreadsheet. So it's already dropped the majority of its flowers. So some of these, it's just dropping whole flowers here. So this is kind of a pink with a more of a reddish or a magenta stripe, like a candy cane. Very pretty. I will write it down
Okay.
on the description. And then it's a good idea to clean up all the blooms, spent blooms, and then chuck them just so you don't spread disease and things like that. This is not a good representation of what this looks like. I have a
Well, there's
better
another good flower right
photo.
here.
This is a sweet auburn variegated.
Here, try this flower.
This is not there. It should be more variegated than this in the photos I've seen of what this should look like. But this could just be our plant. This almost reminds me of the LCK a little bit. This more looks like an LCK to me, but it's definitely a sweet auburn variegated. It just has this light speckle.
So this
And
is where also, guys, we planted a lot of those inexpensive camellias that we came across and some sasanquas.
yeah, so they also have those look like they're struggling a bit. Anyway,
Yeah, they probably are, but they're not dead, so I'll take it.
yeah, okay.
Take the win.
So we went for a double row here a little bit. So we've got some up front and then a double row with any of the extras that we had. So this is a happy birthday, variegated. So is another stripey. So this is, so happy birthday is just,
Guys.
so happy birthday is like a light pink with this slightly darker pink stripe. Happy birthday variegated has some white splotches in
Can
it.
you show me the other one that's right there?
Yes, here we go. Happy birthday variegated.
And again, those are pretty large flowers.
Yeah, that's a nice size. I'd say a medium to large or a large.
Yeah, large probably.
Probably large. There are official websites that say the size. I should note that. This is Kyle, I think. Yeah, this is Kyle. Kyle variegated. He hasn't bloomed.
Okay.
Sasanqua. And Sasanquas bloom earlier than Camellias do.
They bloom in like the fall.
Yeah, and this is Dixie Night Supreme, which I think I've got a photo of a bloom that I can show you. This is Setsugeka. Okay.
We don't even know what it's gonna be like. I think that's another sasanqua, yeah.
And here we go. So planted in 2020. This is Bobby Fane variegated, and this has been blooming for like a month or so, like a long time.
Quite
and
a
he's
while.
going crazy. He's going to town. He finally, this is the first year it's bloomed since we planted it, so 4 years. And it's a nice red with a speckle.
It's a deep red.
Yep. And the ants love this one too.
Don't get bitten.
I'll try not to. But yeah, it was so nice finally to see our camellias bloom this year. They may have done it last year, third year in the ground, but we got that like crazy freeze, so they didn't. Bihu. So Bihu is also starting to leaf out a
Japanese
little bit.
maple.
Yeah, Bihu Japanese maple has known for this yellow bark. Ours tends to struggle a little bit and dies back every year. This is about the same size as we bought it, and we've had it for how long? Bihu, 2012. 2012? No, 2017. 2017. So
I'm thinking to cut it way back. Like Anna, put your like right down, way down, lower, right down there. I'm thinking to cut it back to that during the summer.
That's more. That's
well,
like
okay. I'm thinking to air layer it.
Okay, well, that's 2/3.
Yeah.
Maybe just cut off a third.
Maybe. All right, let's see here. What else we have?
That's another C.M. Wilson.
Oh yeah, let's look at it. So this is the air layer, y'all. There are barely any leaves on it. Like it's not.
This is a this year air layer. It really like struggled and had a hard time, but it was like, I'm gonna do it with the flowers. So
yeah,
put all the effort into flowers.
More flowers.
Yeah. This is an example of a air layer back here that like it dropped a lot of its leaves. We could have like cut it down by a bit, but all the other ones did so well that.
But when I bend these, they're not dead. So
They'll
We'll
probably bounce
see.
back.
That's the test, is if you push it, if it falls off, it was a dead branch. Um, this is another pink perfection. This one didn't bloom this year, but this will be nice here. It's going to get a little bit more sun than all the others. It's probably going to get about 6 hours of sun by summer. So we'll see how that does. Here, we'll just go this way.
Okay, well, and then also I have a camellia down there.
Oh yeah, okay. Oculus trichonis.
Yep.
It is not dead. It is doing all right. I started to take off some of the branches that are dead, but some of these didn't want to snap off easy like this one did. So I think I got to get a lopper, clean it, and actually chop off the branches that are just dead on it. Uh,
This is probably another Betty
this is another bed.
air layer.
Oh, here you go. Here's
Yeah.
a flower of it.
And then way over there is a Miss Charleston
Oh, it's going.
variegated.
Let's go look at it.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna hand this to you.
Okay. Here it goes, Anna.
Well, and this is a Gimborn's ideal.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we didn't show them the new planter bed up front. We should show them just
Oh,
what we
should do
did.
that. So this is an air layer off of, so that most of the air layers, when I say air layers for my mom's yard, are ones that she's had since like the 1980s. This is a plant she purchased, and then it was just put up this really tall shoot, and she wanted to keep it more of a round shape, so we did an air layer off of that one. This is Miss Charleston variegated right here. Also very pretty.
Let's see here. Can we get it in more sun maybe? Is there a way to twist it this way a little?
Can, maybe?
There you go.
Miss Charleston variegated.
Anna tends to like the variegated.
Yep. And so it's prominently placed. So this and a Betty Sheffield question mark air layer, they're kind of in this planter bed to highlight them, whereas everything else is kind of just along the edges as a nice background.
Right.
And these will hopefully be just more, I mean, they'll
And where we are, it's about 4 to 6 hours morning sun and then afternoon shade. And it's about the same for the one over there. Okay, let's see here. We have,
starting to leaf out a little bit.
oh yeah. So we have some of these. This is the Megitsu. Let's see if I can put my hand there. Oh, no, I don't really think I can. There's Megitsu.
I mean, it's still a bunch of sticks.
Megitsu takes about 3 weeks to leaf out. The Megitsu Japanese.
It takes a long time. So it's starting to leaf out, but it'll take a while.
Now on the left are a whole bunch of the Patty Fay deodars and cryptomeria. So they've here, stand next to one, Anna. Like stand next to that one there.
This one?
So y'all, we just planted this and it was not this tall.
Pointy.
It is very tall now.
Were they, how tall were they when we?
They weren't that tall. They're way taller than you now. Yeah. So that's why we planted them. It's because we wanted them. The cryptomeria were taking a while.
Yeah, the cryptomeria aren't going as fast as we hoped. So
deodars.
They're a little close to the walkway, but. So this was a nicely mulched path originally, and now it's starting to get
mulched by us.
Yeah, by us. We did it. So.
We just haven't mulched it recently. This year we haven't done any mulch. Oh, and here's a big old vine that fell from above. It was a muscadine, and it was over here. So we're pretty excited it finally fell. I had chopped it years ago, and it took it about 5 years to be able to fall down.
All right, so tucked in here between these two deodars, normal deodars, unnamed deodars, they're just deodars, is another pink perfection.
Okay.
And that is there because we get to see it from our bathroom window.
Yeah.
Like straight out the bathroom window. And it didn't bloom this year, but yeah.
And then here, this is the surprise of what we did to this area. This was the Sengokaku Grove. So we still have one Japanese maple here that's like this twig right now. That's what is this? A geisha gone wild.
Yep.
But behind there,
every camellia you see here is a pink perfection. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lied. 6, 7, 8 pink perfections, and that there's a couple actually back there behind that were there before that aren't pink perfections. So I lied to you. I'm sorry. But this one bloomed. Nobody else bloomed. So 8 pink perfections. It's gonna be spectacular when they all go at the same time. It'll be really exciting. Because since it's the same cultivar, hopefully they'll all bloom simultaneously, whereas some of the others are known to bloom earlier in the year or late in the season. Well, Camellia blooming season, late or early or mid-season, whereas these should all go together because they're the same. It'll be amazing.
Well, and here you can see I know right now it's partially in shadow and partially in sun, but you can see that this one has flowers all over it. And just to give an idea again on their flowers here, I'll go to this one in the shade. Oh, I can't even tell if that's working. Let me go to this one in the sun. So this will be really good. So what we did here, oh, here, let's trade for a second.
Yeah. Can you talk about the
There you go.
Sengokakus where they were?
Yeah. Well, first I want to show Ukigumo.
Oh, another Ukigomo, the second one.
Here's the second Ukigumo that we had over there. We're thinking right here, it blocks one eyesight from a neighbor. And
Hello, neighbor.
hi, neighbor. It blocks one eyesight from them. And this is going to be a lot of shade during the summer. Right now, clearly it has a lot of sun here. But by July, it should have a lot of shade there.
So what's going over here with this?
Okay, so this was, we had one Sengokaku here, one Sengokaku over there, and we had the parent one. This one is where a lot of airlines we took off of was back here. So this one is clearly not getting enough sun. Again, we have another branch that's dying back here. I'm not going to touch it in case it's diseased, but it's got another branch that's dying. This is probably just a place better suited for camellias.
Well, and the other two that we removed to put up front that we showed you earlier, those just were, they weren't growing. They were the exact same size as when we planted them like 5 years ago. So we decided maybe that's just not the right spot.
Right, so we put camellias here, and if this guy goes, if this Japanese maple kicks it, we'll put a camellia here too. Hopefully it won't. This was, I believe, a originally $50 purchase from Costco years ago, so it's not even really a Sengokaku, it's just a coral bark Japanese maple. So we also have some more camellias back in here. There's another LCK. There's a few other there. There's another one back in there in the woods.
That one I think was...
It had flowers on it.
Yeah,
do you remember what it is?
It was labeled as gunsmoke, but that was wrong.
Oh yeah, it still has some flowers.
He's way
well, here,
back
and
in
I don't know, can they see me? Can y'all see me?
I mean, you're in the dark, but sure.
Okay, so this is clearly underneath a tree, and it's doing pretty okay. It's not being super vigorous, but it still has all its leaves.
It's not dead.
So here is the flower that it has. It's not gunsmoke.
It's...
You have on here fashionista.
Okay, yeah.
So that has flowers, about medium-sized flowers.
And so that's what happens when you risk, if you buy a... Hold on, let me get
come around to this side, because there's another flower.
Hold on, there's stuff everywhere.
Okay, okay.
So that's what happens when you buy a plant that's not blooming, is that this we thought was gunsmoke, and then when it bloomed, we're like, that's not gunsmoke. So that's the risk you take if you buy them when they're not blooming. Is occasionally mislabeled.
Yeah, and you can see again little ants
on it.
You know,
this is not my favorite, so that's why it's kind of back here where you can't really see it.
So it does look like it might be getting a seed here.
Ooh, seeds. Ooh,
so I'm not sure, but that looks like that's a closed up, like it's making a seed.
No, I don't think so. I think that's just the
bottom. Oh, you're right. That's just, oh, never mind.
Anyway,
the
seeds are fun because you don't know who's gonna be what they're gonna look like.
And then you have a seedling.
And then these are our daffodils that they're already done for the year.
We'll go through the cryptomeria.
So there's two more camellias back here.
Well, there's the LCK.
Yeah, there's an LCK that's blooming right here. I need to give one of these to my sister. And then, yeah, that's not a good representation. Maybe we can get a photo from my mom of a prettier one. I can't even see on, yeah, it's better. I'll get you a better photo to put in here of a better looking LCK for my mom from previous years. This is just kind of meh.
Okay, and then let's go down there and show them. This is another new plant here. It's a knot camellia. Let's see here, you have the full name here. It is a, pseudo Camellia stuartia ballet that I put here.
Imposter. It's not a camellia.
It gets super big.
And then the Carter sunburst is blooming.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Finally, this thing is super. Our very first camellia that we purchased at our previous house. It always struggled. Here, can you hold this thing?
Yeah. Oh, and y'all, there's a big old leaf blower going in the background, so we don't even know if you can hear us.
Sorry about the leaf blower. This is wrong. So that's either a sport or a reversion. This is...
Oh, wait, I didn't... Okay, there we go. Focus.
That's wrong.
Okay.
This is correct. That's the Carter sunburst. So it's totally reverting or sporting, and a lot of dead branches over there. This guy's just
This
struggled.
guy's always struggled. We had him at the past property,
This is the
previous.
size we bought it at, and then it like died back, and now it's kind of grown back, but then now clearly it's dying back over here. I don't know. It's just, this one is just having a hard time of it.
All right, and then let's go look at the new planter bed, or here. Here, I can just point out really fast.
What?
So I'll just point out these. We're almost done, y'all. There's not much more to show you. Deodars, again, a lot of the stuff isn't doing too much. Like here's a deodar. It's just starting to push growth here, which is exciting. This one was one of the ones that we replaced. The other one had died,
There's some
and it's
new
growing
growth, those
quite
little
quickly.
bits. All right, new planter bed.
Okay, new planter bed. So, couple things. Woo. This is another Sengokaku that we planted just a couple years ago. It has a name. Let's see here. It has a date.
This is another
So
Costco.
this is 2021. It was maybe 8 feet tall, but a real whip. And now it's much bigger
Yeah,
and no longer a real whip.
and you can kind of see the red branching against there.
Okay, so here's another Japanese maple that we moved. This was in the back in a temporary spot, and this is Ryusen, which is a weeping Japanese maple with a full leaf instead of a dissectum or thinner leaves. And you stake this one up as high as you want it, and then you let it fall. So right now we have it staked up, and it's going to continue falling. So it should be really nice. We have it right at the edge of the hill, so it's going to fall down the hill. The sun is in this direction, so the branches will likely grow in this direction. This is our big old Gold Rush Dawn Redwood I was talking about that got more water. It's really big now. We also just moved this tree. So this was a summer gold Japanese maple in our backyard, still is. So it was in the way of us seeing to the corner of our property, and Anna really wanted to be able to see through it. It has rather low branching, so it wasn't gonna have this high branching that some of the others will have. So we went ahead and moved it while we still could. To give an idea, here's the caliper of this tree. When we say, by the way, exposed root flares, this is what we're talking about. This is the root flare that we're trying to make sure is exposed. And so this is about as big as you can have the root flare before you move it, or if it hasn't been planted very long. Another one that we planted is over,
Unless you've got one of those cool tree spades.
if you have a cool tree spade. Another one here that's just about to leaf out is the Jordan Air Layer. We decided not to show us planting it. You know, it was just planting the tree. But I do have some footage of the root ball, so I'll put that in right now, showing you what the root ball looked like. It was actually really good. It filled out the whole pot like we said it would.
Even came out of the pot a little bit.
And so here, I can stand next to it. You can see, ooh, it's a little bit taller than me. And so that's pretty great. I'm really excited about this. It should do really well here. It's going to get about maybe 4 to 8 hours of sun. I'm not sure what yet, but
We'll
it
find
should be
out.
nice. All right, and then over here is our new planter bed.
Yeah, middle of the yard.
So these are a few things that we moved here. So this is the emerald lace Japanese maple. We had it in a temporary spot, again, exposing the root flare. That's what we mean when we say exposing the root flare. You can tell it's pretty tall.
Yeah.
The way we did this, emerald lace likes to grow horizontally. And Roger Bell is the one who told us about this. And this tree came from Roger Bell, as did a lot of ours. Just so y'all know, and I make sure to say it. So we found out this last year that Roger Bell passed away last year at a relatively young age. I believe he was 66 or 67. It's a real
He's such a
shame.
great guy.
He was really well respected in the community. So if you know Roger or anything like that, you know, our condolences, and he was a great guy. He showed us how to graft and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, this is one of his trees. And he told us what to do is to replant it every year, where every year you just shift it. So like one year you're pushing it one way, and so it's growing differently, and another year shift it back so that the lateral growth ends up pointing up.
Yeah, since it's not really a weeping one, it's a lateral growth.
Right, it's a
So you
lateral
just need to
grower
trick
other
it.
than this branch here. It's a normally lateral, or it'll go down a little bit and then go straight. So what this does is forces it to go up rather than having to stake it. And it gives it a kind of a more natural form by doing that. Just something to know, it grows feet a year. So this
So
looks like it's
fast.
really old. It's not that old. We got it in 2021, and it was kind of small then, and it has grown that much since then. Other things that we have here, so we haven't mulched out this area yet. This is the Gimborn's Ideal that was down below. when I pulled this one out, its roots were about half, and I end up accidentally cutting off one set of roots, which I feel really bad about. It may not live. I'm hoping it does, but it definitely had too much moisture being retained in the
And we
retaining
had
wall.
the same thing, Gimbord's ideal, in the backyard, two
Yes.
much larger ones.
Yeah, they're
So,
about much
and they stay
taller.
skinny, so they're really great to like have in a garden area. So they don't take a much width room.
So we'll see if this grows or not, and how it does. I hope it's enough roots to go on, but it has roots no bigger than a cantaloupe right now, maybe even smaller, but it might be enough. This is another one of the new dogwoods that we got. So this is a Kusa. This one is Wolf's Eye. So again, I may have planted a stick.
Well,
But the idea is that it's a wolf's eye. It'll have the white, creamy variegation this time. And with this much sun, it's about 7 or 8 hours of sun here, it'll get crinkled
well,
leaves.
and this one right here, this is a dogwood that was here. It's very tall. It is not variegated. It's just a white flower, but the top third of it is dead. And so this tree might just be in decline and going out.
Right.
So
We
there you
also have a smoke bush that we planted here. So this will get bigger and smoky. Like
go.
it looks
And
smoky. I don't know. It's a yellow one
it's a
though.
yellow one rather than a purple.
I like the purple too though.
Yeah, they're nice.
This is the Fukuzumi. So this is the other Japanese white pine that was in the front planter bed that I moved over here. It's already showing new growth up here. So I think it's gonna be okay. I was able to get the vast majority of its roots. I don't think I broke any to maybe some very small ones. So I was really happy with this one.
Well, and the idea with this is that this used to be in the corner, front corner of the planter bed behind me in the front yard. And the idea is that we just moved it back over here. So the same idea. Hopefully this will be a new parking pad for some cars and it will be at the corner.
So this is the Whatnong,
Look how
Japanese
big it
maple.
is.
Uh,
We purchased this at the same time we did the emerald lace, which is over there.
so
So
again,
whatnot.
it's got really
Japanese
small
maple.
leaves. I didn't expect it to grow like this. We got this from Roger Bell as well. Um, Look at how big it is. It's nuts. So here, I'll come around to this side. This thing is crazy. So it got way too big for the planter bed. So we put it out here. It'll be near
Like
where it
we
would.
knew it would get bigger, but like it just got bigger faster than we anticipated.
So we'll put this here where when cars pull up, you get to see a lovely Whatnong. Hopefully from the underside, you get to see some
Yeah,
of the
from
branching,
that view.
which should be pretty fun.
Now let me
I've,
come down here where the cars would be.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Whatnong.
Whatnot.
So that should be pretty good. And then behind it, we have, according to Anna's mother, a little too close.
Sherman's North Light.
It was really heavy, okay? This is a Sherman's North Light. Sherman's North Light, so you know, I don't know these things until I go to move them. So Japanese maples don't really have tap roots. They'll have some that go down, but they don't have a straight down root that secures it to the ground. Dawn redwoods, at least this Sherman's North Light, definitely did.
And this is the English pronunciation of a German word that we're not going to even attempt to try to pronounce.
Sherman's Northlight.
Nachtlife. I don't know. I
So
attempted. I'm sorry.
this one definitely had a taproot. It looked like a very big carrot coming out the bottom of it.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of what it looked like. And it went down like at least that far. And I ended up cutting it right at the bottom because I just couldn't go deeper. And then it had roots again. Like all this is all dirty because the roots just went out 4 feet.
Yeah.
So when I moved it, I already had this hole dug. We moved it over here. We put it in the ground. We put the dirt on it very quickly. If you're transplanting a tree or anything like that, if you can have the hole prepared where it's going, that's going to be your best bet to make sure it lives and survives. Also, you want to keep the roots moist while you do it. Different video though. So I think that's it, right?
Yeah. That's not really going there. That's just sitting there for now.
That's just sitting there. That's the front of our house. So now when we go in our front of our house, when we come down to that door, we'll be able to see this emerald lace right away. It'll be the first thing that we see out the door rather than neighbors' houses. So that'll be good. It's going to get a lot bigger than this though. So we'll just see what happens.
All right. All right. Well, that's it for our garden tour. Mostly camellias with some sticks involved too.
Right. And we're mostly winter still. Some of the camellias were going earlier and some will continue to flower for the next month or so. So sometimes they'll continue flowering into April for us.
Yeah, and if I have any camellia flowers footage from earlier that I didn't mention, I'll just kind of throw it in here like right now.
Right, we were trying to take some and put it in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right, thanks. Bye.